Oh, we are good. Like, we are really good people. Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. How good does that sound after all the 5-1s back in the day? Listen, that second half performance is one of the best performances I've seen from Arsenal this season. It's up there as the best. This game was a heavyweight boxing clash. At half time, they went in. I said, this is two really good teams figuring each other out, how to break each other down. And second half, we just went through the gears and dealt with them and battered them. Harry Kane tonight spent most of the game eating the pitch. You know what I mean? Declan Rice clattered him, put him on the floor. Sit down, bro. You know what I mean? This ain't the Bundesliga. Levels. Our team tonight, our manager tonight. What a performance. Jurriën Timber. You just might be the best right back in the world. I've been holding back. Yeah, but Hakimi's won the Champions League now. I'm sorry, mate. There ain't a better right back in the world than him. Hakimi's injured right now with a bad ankle injury. Jurriën Timber, let's just say it. We all been thinking it. That is the best right back in world football. I'm done. He is. Tell me a better one. No. Trent, no. Reece James, no. None of them. Timber, number one. Lewis Skelly, tough night at the office. Tough times never last. You will learn, my friend. He looked unfit. Didn't smell the danger. Checked his shoulder too late. When he checked it, Gnabry was already on the run. In the end, he needed taking off to save himself. I'm glad Arteta didn't take him off at half time because that would have destroyed his confidence. And as bad as people said he was, at least he didn't cause that many problems. So I'm glad we got to like the 60th minute before it happened, but it was necessary. Saliba, leadership qualities again. Rolls Royce, barely broke a sweat. Kane, pocketed, dealt with. Mosquera, big shout out to that guy. Hasn't played for weeks. Nkapie comes in at the weekend as a stormer. Mosquera steps in. No difference. £13.5 million from Valencia. How did the big clubs in Spain let him leave Valencia and come to us? Andrea Berta, genuinely, you have changed this football club. You are the biggest signing since David Dein left this football club. It doesn't matter about individual transfers. We needed the elite sporting director, not Edu, not Ivan Gazidis, not Sven Mislintat. We needed Berta. That guy's transformed this football club. Let's continue. Zubamendi, very good performance tonight. You won't get as much praise because the guy who played next to you was phenomenal. But he went about his business tonight. He allowed Rice to prosper. Much better performance from Zubamendi tonight. Enjoyed that. Declan Rice. What a player this guy is. Honestly, I don't say this lightly. Number one, I didn't think he could step into that 8 role and do what he's doing. He is one of the best midfielders in world football. Simple as that. There's other players that are more technical, your Vitinhas, your Pedris, and I understand that. But in terms of the total package and the engine and the set pieces and the driving runs, he is phenomenal. Like that run he went on where he had the shot and Neuer saved it, the corner that he put in, the tackle that he put in on Harry Kane, he is absolutely outstanding. I think he should be Arsenal captain. I'm sorry, he had the armband on for part of the game tonight, and it just looked right. That is skipper right there. Eze, magic. David Blaine, card tricks, whatever you want. Just give him the ball and he makes magic happen. Wasn't in the game as much as the Tottenham game. In the first half, the touch is phenomenal. The nutmeg sends up a Meccano to the shops. Get me a packet of Skittles now. Should have scored. But then the assist. Brings the ball down, puts it down. No sideways passing. We're looking forward. He waits. He knows the moment. Let me wait until Martinelli hits his sprint and then bang. The weight of the pass. Magnificent, my friend. Magnificent. Saka. I don't know about Saka. He put in a good shift. I don't think he played amazing. He did get Conrad Lamer booked, but I felt like he should have done more when he did get booked. But listen, the good thing is he was able to come off earlier in the game. Noni Madueke came on. We're going to talk about him. I thought he did well. Trossard was the downer of the night. Injury came off. I haven't heard Arteta's post-game comments yet. I'm hoping it's precautionary, but would a player come off in the first half of a big game if it was precautionary? He obviously felt something. Hopefully it's, maybe some muscle tightness or something, but we'll see what happens with that. Marino as well. I don't really know about Marino. I don't think he played that great. He wasn't bad. He won some free kicks at the end of the game and a few good bits of link-up, but I think we could have done with Gyökeres tonight, if I'm being totally honest. I thought we sort of missed his power and aggression tonight in that game. Noni Madueke, I thought, was really good when he came off the bench. Got his first goal for the club. What a time to get it. Back post. He went on the left. He was direct, but he looked better on the right. That's his natural position. And I think it's great that Saka can come off with like 20 minutes to go in a game, and you can put Madueke on the right, a £52 million England international. Our squad depth just looks brilliant. Trossard comes off, Martinelli ends up on the left, scores a goal. I think he's got 4 goals in the Champions League, Martinelli. He looks great in this competition because teams attack us a little bit more, so his pace is effective. Good to see Odegaard back, although I think Odegaard is going to have to sit on the bench for a little bit because Eze is just playing brilliant in the last couple of games and he needs to be in the team. And good to see Ben White get some minutes. And Martinelli, delighted for him to get a goal as well. He's been out for a few weeks with injury, and it comes at the perfect time after, Trossard maybe is going to be out. When you think that Bayern are one of the best teams in Europe, they beat PSG away from home 2-1, and we've just beat them 3-1 at home with no striker, with a centre midfielder up front. Skelly, who hasn't looked sharp tonight. Calafiori, by the way, looked fantastic when he came on. What an assist. And I think I underrated Calafiori, how good he was. But he's starting to prove me wrong in that sense as well. You should never underestimate an Italian defender. He was fantastic when he came on. He's been brilliant this season, to be honest. This team can actually get even better. Imagine if Gyökeres comes back and starts doing damage as well and scoring goals, man. What a time to be an Arsenal fan. As I keep saying, we are so good, but we have got to have silverware at the end of this season. This team is too good not to win trophies. Well done, Mikel Arteta. Calafiori comes on, gets an assist. Madueke comes on, gets a goal. Martinelli comes on, gets a goal. I think that second half is the best 45 minutes I've seen this season from Arsenal in any game of football. People will pick out Atletico Madrid. People will pick out the Tottenham game. But I think considering the quality of the opposition and how tight that game was at half-time and the way that Bayern were dominating possession, we turned up the gears in the second half and they couldn't live with us. Upamecano, a.k.a. Upper Maguire, he was a mess. Lema got booked. Gnabry he played a great ball in for Cole's goal, but apart from that, didn't do much. And Elise, listen, he was tidy and, silky, but his end product wasn't there. And Harry Kane, mate, did nothing. Got pocketed. So that's what you get. You dyed your hair red. You was at the Invincibles parade. Just admit to the people that you're a boyhood Arsenal fan and we'll ignore the mess at Tottenham. Anyway, people, thank you very much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments who was your man of the match. It's got to be Declan Rice. He was absolutely outstanding. Maybe give a few honourable mentions. I just think Mosquera deserves a lot of credit for stepping in. Zubimendi was excellent. There were so many good performances. So what a performance. On to Chelsea. The bridge is over. KRS featuring Naz, people were saying. That needs to happen this Sunday. We got to go and slap up Chelsea. And continue our Premier League quest, people, for trophies. Big up to everyone. What a night. Bayern got slapped. Harry Kane played brilliant for Arsenal tonight because he certainly didn't turn up for Bayern Munich. Brilliant, people. But we have to do it in the knockout stage when it really counts. Remember, we beat PSG in the groups, weren't able to beat them in the semi-final. So, long way to go, but I might be at the Armoury tomorrow morning, people. Bless.